Okay, hi Pam. This is a little quick video I wanted to put together for you to explain these two options that I've got for you to consider for Queensland property investment that we can chat about on Monday. So, of course, we're in Southeast Queensland. At the moment, Southeast Queensland has got the best value properties for the amount of growth that's happening there too. I think Sydney's, well, I know Sydney's overpriced and dropping by 4%. And Melbourne, whilst growing, is also at the last stages of its real estate boom, and that's why there's not much value left there. So most of my clients now coming from Sydney and Melbourne, they've had growth there and they're excited about now diversifying their portfolio and their risk and coming into the local market here. And it's a great market because if you add Brisbane, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, Toowoomba and Ipswich together, it's the same size as Melbourne. So this city really rivals Melbourne and the Greater Melbourne. And so it's probably on par with the second largest population hub in Australia. What's interesting about it is that the Gold Coast as a city of 700,000 people is closer to Brisbane as a suburb really than what Penrith is to Sydney. So it's really more of a suburb of Brisbane. And what makes it special is not only just obviously the 70 kilometres of pristine beachfront, which is the best in the world, but also this left side, western side mountain range prevents any development from the left to the west. And of course, the Pacific Ocean prevents any development into the water. And so interesting thing happening is all this land here, this southern, what we call the Southern Growth Corridor, is in very high demand because once this is built and these cane fields are developed in the next few years, there will not be any land left in the Southern Growth Corridor, Northern Gold Coast. It will not exist. And so it's a fantastic position to be in for anyone investing in here in the next few years because once they come in, there won't be any extra land available. And no one really knows that yet. But this is why I want to show you from Google Earth the real opportunity because you can't build on these mountains and you can't build in the water. Of course, out here, western areas of Brisbane, you can develop out here, but it's obviously no growth out there. And there's Brisbane on the doorstep. So international airport there, international airport there, and this is right in between the two. So what makes it fantastic is this location I want to show you called Coomera, or what they call Pimpama. Pimpama and Coomera are neighbouring suburbs. They're right on top of each other. They're the fastest growing areas within Australia. And what's great is that you can jump on the M1 and go straight into Brisbane for work to 2.5, 3 million people. And you can also go 20 minutes to the best beaches in the world and 700,000 people here. So massive employment opportunities for anyone living, working, and being in around Coomera. That's why it's so popular because people can have the opportunity to work north or work south. And they can have all this natural, beautiful amenity here that they can't get in any other city. Probably besides Sydney, I think. But, 4 or 5 million people there makes it hard. And real estate prices in Sydney are just crazy. So, zooming in, our office is located in here. And then we just come out. This is the largest hospital in Australia, Gold Coast University Hospital. And there's SeaWorld. And then you come out here on the light rail up to West Helen, or the M1. And Helensvale Westfield is there with the train station. That train goes all the way to Brisbane. And there's Wet n Wild Movie World, the largest cluster of theme parks in the Southern Hemisphere. This is the multi-million-dollar Hope Island golf course development and hotels. And of course, across the river is Coomera, which is the area that I want to show you today. All this area is now developed. These are old images from Google Earth, so that's all finished now. There's no availability of housing. There's a little development going on about there, but that's really about it. A lot of development has happened, and so this is now this is a well and truly an existing suburb. And you're probably wondering what this big white thing is here. Well, this is the largest town centre in all of Australia. The Westfield development, which will be complete at the end of this year, is right there, and it'll bring to it about 5,000 jobs. And then they're going to build out the rest of the town centre with big box retail like IKEA, Bunnings, all these massive warehouse type arrangements and all the employment that comes with it, plus office park. So it's going to be the biggest of its kind. And so with that will come 10,000 jobs right on the doorstep of this area. And where I want to show you today, the property I want to show you is actually just located here. So it's in an existing area. All this is finished now. This is Coomera Waters. This is $1 million suburb. And there's little townhouses here of 411,000 to 440,000 and no body corporate fees, which is fantastic. I think great yield, great location. There's a brand new indoor sports stadium right there for the Commonwealth Games. It's now finished, and the train station is right smack bang there. The M1 is right there, very quick and easy access up to Brisbane. And of course, Westfield is right there. If you go out there now, Westfield's like this, big piece there. So you're right on the doorstep of the largest Westfield development currently in process. Do I think there's going to be capital growth here? 100%. Do I think there's going to be easy to rent? You're kidding me. It's going to be the easiest property to rent I've probably ever done in my life, because on its doorstep here is the largest marine precinct in the Southern Hemisphere. It already has 750 freestanding businesses and 6,000 jobs on its doorstep. And the closest place, besides these little places have been here forever, besides these places is you can go up this road here, and we've got this development here, and of course we've got all this development down here to come too. So it's really exciting to see where it's all headed. But see these cane fields, they're all going to go. So it's really right in the guts of where you'd want to be. It's a fantastic location. So I want to show you that today. And I also want to show you up here, there's a place, this is all finished, this estate now. So don't disregard these. This is all housing now. But there's one place that's left in this development, and it's right there, and I've got it, and it's almost finished, and it's available. Very competitive. It's $508,000, incredible price. The last one I did on that street was $535,000. It was for an SMSF purchase with a client, but the client didn't get finance, and the builder was left to complete it, which they've done. And now they're putting it on the market to move it off their books, and it's a great price. It's off market. And so there's the secondary school, brand new up the road, primary school up the road, brand new Woolworths, there's McDonald's there now, there's petrol stations galore, there's takeaway joints. This is all boom. This is a booming area, and there's one house right there. It'll attract a good yield, and it'll have huge capital growth because it's right next to the town centre. And of course, easy access out there. There's a golf course there. It's a fantastic location. Okay, so that's the location. That's why it's going to boom here. You're right on the doorstep of the fastest growing area. It's the fastest growing city, Gold Coast, at 6%. And this area of Pimpama is growing at 30%. But rather than take my word for it, what I wanted to do was pull this up. This is the Australian Bureau of Statistics. The fastest growth suburbs in the last 12 months is Pimpama, 30.8% in population. So it's moving along at quite a rate. And these other suburbs like Greater Melbourne and Coombs, they are growing too. But look at the difference in population. They're growing from very small bases, whereas Pimpama is growing at a base that's about 5 times the amount of this one and a couple of times the amount of that. So it is absolutely just hammering along. It would be the fastest, I think, really, to be frank. I think it's the quickest. I just want to show you that that's the ABS statistics, okay? Now moving on to I'll just close this down. Close this. I'll send an email to you with the stuff, but I wanted to pull up the information. So this is that house in the $508,000 house in the Meadows. It's a 375 square meter block, $260,000 for the block, and then 200 square meter house, $248,000. Really well priced. Double garage, 4 bedrooms, everything you'd want for a tenant. Okay. And the cool thing is that it's almost finished, and I actually have a photo of it right here. I was out there yesterday, in fact. So this is what the finished product would look like, but this is where the house is at the moment. So this is the house. It's not quite finished. The colors aren't done yet. And you can see the landscaping is not done. But once it goes in and it's finished, it'll obviously look exactly or very similar to this here next door. And behind there is the town centre. So it's in a great location. Great location. So that's it there. Okay. I think this is tremendous value, personally. Now, I want to show you the townhouse development. This is brand new. It only came across my desk yesterday. Super, super brand new. That's what they look like. They're very contemporary townhouses. There's townhouses. There's the Westfield Town Centre. Okay. So looking at it on a map, let's zoom in. So there's Foxwell Road. There is the location I was talking about, right there on the corner. And there's a state school there, obviously, and the state secondary school. And, of course, you've got the town centre right there. Bang. It's a 2-second drive. And as I said, you've got the train station straight across from it. So, yeah, Dreamworld right there. This is incredible. This is on the eastern side of the highway, by the way. Look at how close the ocean is. There's Century Cove. I mean, huge golf courses, Hope Island, beautiful resorts, and this is where it is. Unbelievable. Yeah, anyway. So let's just zoom out again. Everyone loves the Gold Coast. So here we go. $411,000 for the 3-bedroom. Nobody corporate fees. That would rent for about $410 a week, which is about a 5% yield. It would cover your interest repayments, which is great. And then any principal repayments you want to put in or you're able to put in, you pay the debt off, which is great because once you pay it off, you get income for the rest of your life in retirement. And then, of course, we have the 4 bedrooms, which are now done. They're all sold, but they are going to release some more, but I don't know when. That could be soon. It could be not so soon. But 441 and they're 4-bedroom, okay? Again, no body corporate fees, but you also get higher rent. So 440, 450 a week in rent there. Ready to go. There might be one of these pop up, but I think this is great value at 410. God. And then we have the full turnkey landscape back. Everything's included in here. Okay, so there's another picture of it. I think these are both fantastic options for you to consider, just based on where they are. Like, I mean, look at the location. It's incredible. This is just right on the doorstep of Brisbane. It's right within the Gold Coast. So beautiful beaches. Yeah, it's fantastic. And of course, the price is good. You can afford it. So, okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you an email with this link to this video you can watch. And I'm going to there's that precinct, the marine precinct, the sports stadium, and then the beaches. Then I'm going to send you this information across. Okay, I want you to look at it, and I want to talk to you about it on Monday, and then we can talk about what next steps you might want to take or consider to build on your portfolio for your retirement. Okay, so I'll talk to you soon. Hope that's been helpful, and fire back any questions you've got via email to me, or feel free to give me a call anytime. Okay, talk to you on Monday. Thanks. Bye.